Some of you probably remember this particular computer, the Toshiba Tecra 8200, which used to be in the low-end radio studio playing music, and it did a relatively decent job doing that for the most part, even on only 256 megabytes of memory running Windows XP. It did better than it really had any right to do. But it has the notoriety of being one of two machines that I have thrown across the room live on the air, because it stopped working for that task. My luck ran out. So I've since replaced it with that over there. And this machine, now that the Compaq Deskpro is pretty much useless, we are going to be using this as the Windows 2000 unofficial update machine, because it's got 256 megabytes of memory. Windows XP is really not conducive to something like that. So that is what we are going to do. And that is what we are going to install in this video. I'm not going to be installing the unofficial updates. That will be done in a separate video, because I think that it will be more interesting to do it in a separate video. And there's a lot of things that I'd like to point out, and I'd like to go a little bit more in-depth than I really want to right now, because I've got a lot of projects I need to get to. Today is my last day before I have to go back to work. My vacation ends. So I've got a lot of things that I need to wrap up, a lot of loose ends, a lot of things that need to get done. So first things first, I'm going to turn it on and make sure that there is nothing that I need to remove from the machine's Windows XP installation. Ooh, pink display. CMOS battery is done for. Everything there should be okay. So imagine Windows is going to be real happy. Okay, everything that I need is now saved. I've got all the drivers that I'm going to need, at least theoretically. The video and the sound were most important, and I have those. I just have to hope that they work. And we should be now ready to go and ready to install Windows 2000. Where's the eject button for the optical drive? Speakers sound like crap, but that's alright. Okay, I got the Windows disk inserted. I'm going to turn it on. It's probably going to try and boot from the hard drive. Oh. Yeah, it's trying to boot from the hard drive. No, thank you. You are not allowed to do that. Because then we have a hardware power switch on the front. Reset switch, I should say. I forget what key it is to get into the BIOS. There we go. Well, it's that one. You can get a selection screen, so we get CD. Really? Let's see. Can we get where we get the CD-ROM first? Not really. Boot to CD, press any key to boot to CD. Windows 2000 setup. That's an interesting effect. Hopefully this actually works. Setup is starting Windows 2000. I think it could be any slower. The suspense is killing me. Here we go. Alright, I want to set up Windows 2000 now. Whoops. It's probably going to complain because there's Windows XP on the hard drive. I'm waiting. Shouldn't take this long. Has it decided to lock up? I think it has decided that it wants to lock up. Great. Oh, here we go. Oopsie. Oh, it's trying to analyze the USB drive. Yeah, that's not going to go well, I'm sorry to say. Because the internal hard drive is like 12 gigs, I'm sorry. Or 10 gigs, maybe. Yeah, 10 sounds a lot more correct. I assure you I read that very carefully. And then I'm going to delete the C partition. Goodbye Windows XP. Install that. Format NTFS. That is going to take forever. Because you can't do a quick format for some reason. I was actually expecting it to fail. Even though it just did a check, it's got to do another one? Strange. Here's the fast process. This probably will not take very long at all. You spend most of your time waiting for the disk to format. There's definitely no going back now. I don't know if I've got a backup of the hard drive with the Windows XP installed on it. So, that's it. This is it. Do not like the fact that it froze on that file right there. That really does not fill me with confidence. Well, it's still going, so it didn't die yet. Here we go, ready for the first reboot. Should boot straight off of the hard drive. That is a more age-appropriate site. Hopefully it works. This is another one of those lovely IBM TravelStar hard drives. Don't really know how good it is. These things have got a very nasty reputation for failing. This one's made a couple clunking noises. Yep, no display driver. Probably going to ask me for my product key, too. Hope I remember what it is. Hope it didn't hit a bad spot. That would really, really make me angry. It is doing stuff, though. So, here we go. Next thing it's going to ask me for is probably a product key. Oh, well, that's installing drivers. This is the driver detection phase. We'll see if it actually does manage to find the video. If you remember, I made a video comparing all of the Tecra 8000 series machines, and they all have different video chipsets. The 8000 has a Neomagic, I think it's a Magic Media 256AV, or it's a Magic Graph 128 something, I don't remember. I think it's a Magic Media 256AV, though. The 8100, which is sitting over there, has I don't remember. It's either S3 Savage MX or it's some ATI chip of a description. Don't really remember. This has a Trident Cyberblade XP. Remember Trident? Yeah, it's been a while since they've been in the business for making video chipsets. I'll let this continue and then we'll come back. That way I don't waste any tape space. Alright. Locale settings. Everything there should be okay. Now is when it will ask me for my product key. Looks like it did not install the display driver or didn't load it. Yep. Now I want my product key. Okay, so that's done. We'll give it our name. Pretty standard stuff. And then I guess I'll enter in my password. And we'll be back. Now the time is correct, but the time zone is not. We are Eastern Time. Hit next on that. If I remember right, we do not even have Service Pack 4 installed on this. It's just the vanilla install. So maybe Service Pack 1. More reading from the CD. I do find it neat that this thing's got a separate CD and hard drive, though I think it's actually for floppy drive. Floppy or CD. Well, this thing does not have the floppy port on it, which I find rather interesting. This light over here is for the secondary battery, if you have a secondary battery. Look at it just flying along. Completing configuration of Internet Information Service. Well, I don't really want that. I don't know why it installed it. Unlike Windows 98 and 95, it doesn't really give you a choice as to what you want installed. I remember right, this is the last phase of Windows setup. Hopefully it won't take too long. It was zipping along, now it's not. Component registration apparently takes forever. Now it's starting to speed up. Okay, we are now finished. It's telling us to remove a CD if we've got one in the drive. So that's what we are going to do. Put that somewhere safe. And finish. It should reboot, and we should be into Windows. Considering the Windows 2000 setup saw the USB flash drive, I'm hoping that the actual operating system itself will see it, because that will make my life so much easier when I go to install these drivers. I bet you any money it's going to want the CD again. Network Identification Wizard. Okay, so we go on next. And it wants me to put in a password again. Let's go for users must enter a name and password to log into the computer. That's the safe route. Alright, now I better enter in the password. Alright, okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install all the drivers. It looks like we actually do have the drive. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead and install all the drivers if I can find them. That's infrared, that's sound. We'll install the video driver first. I wonder if that's even a real count or if that's just fake, considering it goes up in 5% increments every seemingly second. It's probably completely fake. The installation is complete. Please restart your computer twice. Okay. So, we'll go ahead. We'll do what it says. We'll restart it once. At least. And then if we have to, we will restart it a second time. Maybe we'll do that anyway. Watch the entire startup process. I realized that I forgot to talk much about the actual system itself. It bases on an Intel Pentium 3 CPU. I think it's 800 or 850 megahertz. Probably 850. There's a clunk from the hard drive. 256 megs of PC-133 memory, a 10 gig IBM TravelStar hard drive, and now of course it's running Windows 2000 Professional. You already know about the Trident Cyberblade XP video chipset. Will not win any speed records. I say that a lot. Okay, well, if it's installed, it hasn't worked yet. I'll have to enter in my password, so. Hard drive is going nuts down here. Yeah, hard drive is going really nuts, and we have an hourglass. So I wonder what is going on this time. I hope it can start the Explorer, and that isn't our issue. So that would suck. Oh, here we go. It is actually working. Whoa. Okay. Don't need to show that at startup. Let's see. It did work. Kind of. There we go. Can it do true color at that? Okay. Can it actually do true color at that resolution? Yes. Apparently it can. It could do true color at the highest resolution. 1024 by 768. And I always thought that Windows 2000 was supposed to have a blue background by default. It looks like it's got a green one. Let's see if we can find a good background. Now there used to be one called Bubbles. I guess that's not on here. I like Bubbles. Use a sample picture, that'd be kind of funny. Active desktop. No, don't enable that. Active. Are you kidding me? Sure, fine. Enable active desktop then. Set it to stretch. See, wait, at least there's only one. And there we go. So now the display driver is installed. Probably should follow its advice and reboot twice, but I've never been one to follow advice anyway. So now let's install this is the infrared, which I didn't even realize this thing has, but I guess it does. Installation is complete. Please restart your computer. I think I'll do that after I'm done installing all of them. It's supposed to go away. There we go. Here's the Yamaha audio. I wonder what that is. I wonder if that might be the IR. And once again, wants me to reboot the computer. I think I'll wait. TBIOS. This is As It Happens video, folks. Camera's not really fond of that red. I see it streaking when I had this zoomed out. I wonder if it'll look like that on the final video. That would be interesting. So there's that. Here's the LAN driver, which hopefully will work. I don't remember who makes it. I think it's Intel. The last one that we need to do is a modem driver, even though I'll never use it. Might as well install it, just so it's there, complete. We'll see what else isn't found. Yeah, it's one of those Win modem things that I hate so much. Actually, I don't think there's really anybody that likes a Win modem. I'd be surprised. Except for the manufacturers. They must like Win modems because they're cheap. As It Happens video. Now we'll follow its advice and reboot. See how much got screwed up by not rebooting every time. Yeah, it's supposed to be that shade of blue. I don't know why it wasn't. And we'll watch the whole boot up process because some people like to watch this kind of thing. This extended battery on this camcorder is a real lifesaver, because it works really well. It means I don't have to change it through the entirety of, a 30-minute long video. It'll actually survive. In fact, it'll survive longer than that, which is really handy. It's more than I can say for the battery packs on a lot of the other camcorders in here. Which don't really work all that well. If only this camcorder had a color viewfinder. It's an LCD, but it's black and white. It's going to want me to enter my password in it again. Wasn't quick enough with the camcorder, so I didn't get the audio playing, but it is actually working. These are nice solar eclipse. Here's your driver folder. Go away. We don't need it anymore. What is this? Oh, that's for the audio. The DSXG audio. Ooh, Ethernet controller. Pro 100 VE. That's a very common chipset. Which means that it ought to actually work. Let's go in here and see what's left. Yeah, it doesn't really say a whole lot about what it is. 256 megs of RAM. Oh, it does have Service Pack 4 installed. Nice. It's a lot less work I have to do. So what else does it not have? Everything's there. Cool. Just the way that it should be. I was going to hook it up to the network and do something, and I don't remember what it was. I'll go into the DSXG here. There's all the options for the MIDI synthesizer. Mic echo. Alright, DSXG synthesizer. And that's it. I think it's wavetable, but I don't remember. Let's turn the audio all the way up and see what that sounds like. That's not all the way up. That's as loud as it gets. It actually isn't too bad, I suppose. That's annoying. Remember that? That too? Wow. This does have a recycle sound. I don't know why it's not set to that. Okay, I think before I have way too much fun with this, I'm going to go ahead and shut it off, because it's installed. In a future video, we'll take a look at the unofficial updates on this thing. So, until then, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. And I will see you on the next video.